Hey, what's up? I'm legally blind and hard of hearing. And today, me and my wife were having a conversation in which I told her about one of the most reoccurring things that people often say to me when they find out about my disability. And that is that I have had a lot of people throughout my life actually look at me and say, I don't know how you live with this. How do you do it every day knowing you have a degenerative eye disease and your hearing is bad? And they typically then bring up something they would do if they were faced with my dilemma. I'll let you use your imagination about what they said they would do if they were in my shoes. And to me, it's kind of weird because, how do you explain to someone how, even though you have a degenerating eye disease and you have to wear hearing aids, that, you wake up every day and try to live life normally? I don't know, man, you just do. But the reason I bring this up is because of a young man, the late Sam Burns. He's a gentleman who had progeria, and I saw one of his old TED Talks from years past where he talks about his philosophy on life. And he says something very profound, and he says it a lot more elegantly than anything that I've ever thought of. He talked about how even though he has progeria, so much about his life involves things that have nothing to do with progeria. Like spending time with his family, hanging out with his friends, playing the snare drum in the marching band. And when I heard that, it was kind of like a light bulb moment. Because so much about what I love about my life has nothing to do with my visual impairment. Spending time with my wife and dog, DJing, making music, working out, creating content, teaching, shopping. Yeah, I may have to do some of that differently because of my visual impairment, but at the end of the day, I still do those things. So when people ask me questions like, how do you find the strength to carry on and get out of bed in the morning? It's because I'm human and there's so much more to the human experience that I can still experience regardless of my disability. Yeah, there are certain things I might not be able to do, but there are so many things that I can still do and love to do.